Bad, Marty.
Hello, hello, hello. Here we are on Onpassive 360. October, I'm having trouble saying that. October 5th. Holy cow.
Going well, Mike. Keep going.
5th. Anyway, we got a pretty good show for you. Probably won't be real long. We want to go over a few things. I'm going to turn it over to Red right now, make sure my station's okay, and I'll be back.
Okay, hello, everyone. Great to be here. Another fantastic Onpassive 360 with myself, Marty DeGarmo, and Chris. Hey, Johnson. Fun, as he said, fun-filled, packed day today. Got a few updates. We're going to talk about a few things, and we're going to sort of take it from there. We haven't got a major agenda that we need to bring up today, but we've got lots of very useful information and things to bring to your table for you today on 360. But remember, guys, if we don't know, we will tell you we don't know. But if we do know, you people out there are going to be the first to know it from us people in 360. Chris, over to you.
Well, what's happening? Mr. Red, Mr. Marty, good to see you guys. It's been so long since I talked to you, maybe 5 minutes. How you all doing? We're here to fire you up. We're pumping you up. I'm really excited today because I'm still over crazy about the Onpassive and being sports. That's still nuts in my head. I'm not going to let that one go. The first day it happens, you'll see me live everywhere because I'll be talking about it. Crazy stuff what's going on here. But you did come to the right place. We don't have a lot of updates, but we got some cool things to say. We're here to keep you informed the best we can. And if we don't always know something, well, we'll just talk about something else that's just important. So stand by, grab your seat, get the popcorn, get some cold water, and let's listen to Marty talk right now. Go ahead, Marty.
He's still doing his channel.
All right, back to me. Hi to everyone that's on my YouTube channel. Let me see, and then we'll go to Red. I'll do my 5 people. Is it 5 or 3 now?
I think you're up to 5 now, Chris. I think you're really, getting some traction.
I got all kind of people. Let's see. Annette Curry, how you doing? Lister T, what's happening? That's Mr. T. Randall Harris, Yin Yang 444, Abdi Alasso, Tanya Hennard, Tanya Onpassive, because there's no way in heck I can pronounce that last name. Go ahead, Red. Can you pronounce Tanya's last name? Kravanka Chikachuk.
That's close enough for me, Chris.
Casey Zevenberg, James Norris, Azar Khan. I'm going to call it out now. Julie Wayne, Robert Noble, Bill Musk, John White. I know you. Oh, and my buddy in the Ireland States, Patty McGuigan, who's definitely coming over to my site, I know. And if you have a birthday today, there is a birthday today. Christine Pasada, I can't say it. I can never say her last name. Basadide, Bastida, something like that. But happy birthday if you got a birthday. We're always praying for you if you're sick. And Marty, are you ready? Or do you want me to keep slap dancing? Is that a yes? A no?
He's You're still muted.
I'm ready. Okay, here's what we got. Couple shout outs. Anthony Flores. Hello. Janet Butler, the Queen of the Bahamas. Rob Gorman, married to Sergeant, we know who. Nakamoto. Azar, how you doing? Bruce Gerstein. M. Kylie. Lister's in the house. Jim Eckend. Ooh, that's the first time I saw your name. Welcome, buddy. Randall Harris. Annette. We have Josie Butherell. Jane Helms. Hello, Jane. Glad you can make it. Kevin Mountain Man Rutledge is here. Big John White keeping an eye and tight in the barbershop. Shout out to the barbershop. Tanya Onpassive, thanks for everything you do. You know how important you are to us. Bud Hawkins. Hello, Bud. John Barella, a.k.a. Chat Police, is in the house. Casey Zevenbergen is here. Jean Oliva. Boom. Red, it's all yours.
Okay, sorry, I was reading an email at the same time. So let's say hello to a few people on this channel as well. I'm going to start at the top. We got Pat Parent, Peter Dutka, Peter Dutka, and John Lindver. M. Cayley, you're always here and everywhere else as well. Casey Zevenberger and Raphael Saint-Germain. He's killing it with his lives at the moment. Aviva Barak, all the way over in Israel. Hello to you. Nazar Sharif, and we've got Wolfpack Media News. Hi to you, Caesar Fox. The infamous Tanya Onpassive is here as well. We've got Christina Kashella, Angela Lynn. We've got Jane Thompson, Kevin Pringle, the lovely Listra T, and Alfred Nish. I think that might be. And Santosh Kumar, Ram Ben Yagov, all the way from Israel as well. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you on here. We've got Fatima as well. You're here. Paul Tate, Prasanta Biswas. Hello to you, mate. Fantastic Bill Must. You're here and probably on other channels. Juanita Ali, all the way from Oxford. And Emmanuel Benissan, you're here. Arena Steck Salah. Hi to you, David Ball, Lidachia Patter, Roy Willis, Kathy Sampson, Paddy McGuigan, Dave Ball, and Angela Lynn. A couple more. Mountain Man Rutledge is in the house. Ronan Cohen and Anders Westman. And two more. John Jacobs and... Oh, that was a hard one to get for me. Last one. We're going to go for Shviventlana Vlan. Maybe.
Was perfect.
Marty, over to you. Sorry.
You did good, Red. Don't worry about it. I don't know what you did, but I couldn't say it, so I'm not going to pick on you over it. Any more new people? I said, Jane. Oh, Corinne's here. Hello, Corinne, the peacemaker. Glad you could make it. Anyway, couple things, kind of strange, actually. I know that people are buying pending from different people, which is great. We're getting rid of them. That's much better than throwing them away or deleting them. But a lot of people, or some people, think that when we give them, when you give us your information, we put it in, then we click a button, and then you get log in here, use this generated password. No problem. But when you see openfounders.net, you seem to think, oh, wait a minute, that's my old one. No. Every account in Onpassive, every one of them, all 1,400,000 go to that same login. What divides them is the login info, the email and the password. That's what tells the site, this is Marty DeGarmo, this is Chris Johnson or Red Redford. Don't look at that and say, oh, I'm already there. Now, let me tell you something else that happens. Some of you had one account, maybe 2, 3, but let's say one, and you have saved your email and your password. So when you go to that site, openfounders.net, it's got your original name and email and password. When you click it, it's going to take you to your regular site, and you're going, I can't log into my new site. It's because your new site hasn't been saved. You need to clear it out, put in the new information that you got, your new email, your new password generated by the company. Log in, it'll say, do you want to save it? Yes. Now when you get there, it'll be a white box. You tap it, it'll show you all the potential logins. Like I have 12 or 13 of them, something like that. So looking at that, it's a separate site. It's a separate account. It doesn't add to, it's separate. I know some people think for some reason that's different too. No, the login's the same for everybody on the planet. The page you log into is the same for everyone. I don't care how many accounts. What changes it is your login info. And if your old's there and you don't delete, wipe it out, put in the new manually, it'll automatically default to the one you saved. Once you write it out, put that in, save it, now you'll have 2 saved. It'll save you a headache. It's not a big deal. I'll be back. Chris?
Yep, and I would like to do just a little bit of house cleaning, nothing bad. I have many people, we're all friends, we're all connected. And I have a lot of people that give, they think I'm the complaint department, and that's okay. I had some individuals give me a call yesterday on something that was said wrong in a webinar. Now, I'm not going to mention the webinar. I'm not even going to mention the name because I'm assuming they're watching us on Passive 360. Right now, Ash Mafara has never discussed in the last 4 weeks the new package payout plan. The old one that was dissolved. We had an individual that was talking about the old package plan, the $300 or less. All right. That's not in play anymore. We don't know what the new one is. And they were explaining that it was still on. So just to correct that person in a nice way, because no one's perfect, but I make mistakes every day. So just to correct everyone that heard it, that we don't have any, there's nothing, Ash has not told us what the prices of packages are or the price of products. He did have a really interesting talk last week, and I think it was Friday Night Live. I think that was it, where he had said asked us a question, very interesting about OConnect and pricing. I suggest you go watch that. It was very interesting. If you notice, Mr. Mafara, myself, Marty, Red, actually Key Wendell, Rob, Lynn, we've been having some fun. I mean, Ash has taken his shoes off and he's dancing with us. He's showing us the whole 360 of Ash Mafara. Yes, brilliant businessman, brilliant heart, compassionate, passion, and he's also got a funny side. He's very witty, I'll tell you that about him. He's quick to react. I've seen it in person. I'm actually loving that part because I'm a jokester. And any chance, listen, if Ash Mafara called me up and said, hey, you want to do a prank on Marty? You better believe I'm there. And Marty and Red would be the same way. Oh yeah, let's get him. Let's get him. So I'm just letting you know, he's showing us everything. He never showed us the humor part until, he did here and there, but now he's really coming out. And I don't know about you, but I love it. He's sitting down with average people. All right. And I call him above average. I think he's a genius. All right. And he's sitting down talking with us. You can look back at all the CEOs, Zuckerberg, the guy with the books. I don't want to say all their names because I don't compare him to nobody because he's just like in Passive. He's a unique individual where he does everything different. He does everything better. That's Ash Mafara. That's his business. All right. It came right from his heart and his head. We picked it up and we're running with it like crazy. But I do also want to say I met an Oblast last night, an amazing woman, a doctor. I want you all to go watch it. It's on all the YouTube channels, the Oblast Show. This doctor was completely amazing. She blew me away. Ash Mafara really, really enjoyed her. I believe his wife, because she's into that kind of stuff, loved her. And I learned a lot of things. So go check that out. See, Oblast is a wide variety of things. As a matter of fact, next week, just to let you know, I will be doing it on a dairy farm. What do you think of that? I'm trying to hit every aspect. But this doctor came in yesterday and she blew us all away. There wasn't a question she couldn't answer. She took a presentation. I'm going to give you a hint. She blended her presentation into the Onpassive presentation, and it was the best one I've ever seen. And the most powerful, everything she said I thought was powerful, but the most powerful thing she said is, you know what? I went out and spent $100,000 on all these tools when I could have just went to Ash Mafara for $97. All right. When they say there's power in numbers, there's value in our numbers. She spent $100,000 to get all these things, all these websites, all these tools. And she said, man, I joined the Passive, realized I could have got it all for $97, and she did. All right, Red, Marty, I don't know, back to you.
I'll take it. If you're doing Oblast next week on a dairy farm, what we don't want you to do is milk it, Chris. And don't go too fast because it'll just be pasteurized. Anyway, so I'll get back to Onpassive. Yeah. So first off, Andrew Coleherd, thank you so much for your super sticker and supporting my channel. Thank you so much for that. Two things I want to bring up today for you guys. And the first one, before I get into a little bit of what Ash showed a few of us yesterday, is you never know who is watching you. And that is so, so true. Everything that anybody is doing, if you are emailing, social media, or generally out there and people can see you, you have not got a clue who is watching you in the background. Now, I've got a guy who reached out to me today. He's a person I've worked with in the past, way before Onpassive, in a couple of other projects. And he's been on board with Onpassive right from the beginning, a 2018 guy. Now, he's not done anything at all. He's always been in the background, and he's not really surfaced for the last couple of years. He started taking an interest again in Onpassive, he told me, when the Burj Khalifa adverts in Dubai started again. He just reached out to me yesterday and asked me for if there's any pending founders positions, and he's been watching me from afar and all of this. So what I'm trying to point out and say to all of you is there is many people on your friends lists, your work colleagues, people you associate yourselves with on a daily basis, whom they might not say anything to your face, but they are watching you. They are looking at this thing called Onpassive. They've probably done a bit of research on it, and they might be the sort of person who is not prepared to get involved at the moment because it might not be their thing. But as sure as eggs, guys, it will be their thing in the future. And who do you think they are going to approach when it becomes more of a recognized brand as far as the general public is concerned? They're going to come to that person that they remember back in the day who was talking about Onpassive. This is why it's so important to keep your rhetoric correct about Onpassive, to keep going with where we are heading with Onpassive. Keep plugged in so that you have the up-to-date information if anybody does come back round and asks you about it. Remember, we are almost there now, guys. So close to where we have been heading for the last 4.5 years. So keep the momentum going, keep plugged in. And remember, there is lots of people watching every single one of you out there at the moment. And the other thing, I mentioned this on my live as well today, is that some of us here, all the three of us certainly, and a few other leaders as well, were very lucky to be given some information about OConnect via our CEO, Ash Mifara. He showed us some stills of layouts, how all that was going to look, how the logins and etc. But also what was really, really impressive, guys, and I cannot wait for you to see it as well, is a working version of OConnect of how the screen is going to look, how you can change the screens for different formats. One really cool, neat thing on it was on Zoom, the attendees list is on the right-hand side. You have to scroll all through names. There's no pictures on there, just lots and lots of names of all of the attendees. With OConnect, you can have all of those attendees in a circle with the picture of that person on your screen. Now, remember, the only way you can get into OConnect is to be a real person. It's the only way you can get into Onpassive is to be a real person. So every single person that is on OConnect has a picture on there. Now, the cool thing about this is over those pictures on there, they change color if somebody starts talking. You can click on that, and guess what happens? That person then becomes the main speaker. It's none of this requesting you to join the panel or anything like that. One click of the button, and they become the person who is there in front of you on that screen. It's amazing, really is, guys. I cannot wait for you guys to see what we have seen. I'm sure it is going to be part of what Ash Mifara is going to show us when he comes and speaks to us again next time. But it is going to completely wipe the board. Honestly, what he has got here is just going to be amazing. Honestly, absolutely going to blow everything else out of the water. Why? Because they are waiting for us. They are waiting. Literally, anybody who's online right now is waiting for an Onpassive. You know, how long have we been using Zoom? How long have we been using Facebook? How long have we been using Gmail? How long have we been using all these applications that we are now using on a daily basis? Everybody is just bored of them. They want something new. They want something innovative. They want something that is going to pique their interest. It's going to activate their senses, not, you know, eye senses, ear senses. This is what Onpassive is going to do for the masses because they are ready for us. So I cannot wait for you guys to see with what we have seen yesterday. It is going to be completely disruptive. It's going to be new technology that people are going to be completely, utterly speechless and gobsmacked about. Anyway, that's it for me. Over to you, Marty.
Fantastic, Red. My grandson just got here, so getting loud. Yeah, like Red said, I saw that and I went, oh man, how do you even explain it? You just take all the good stuff from Zoom and blow it up on steroids. I mean, it has everything, and everything you think what it is, it's even better. I mean, I was blown away, absolutely, and you will be too. Today in my live, I brought up believing and belief, and I see once in a while it's getting better. I think the core of Onpassive is getting bigger. I think Mr. Nafaro said the same thing. That's a good thing. But keep in mind, if you can get to the point where you truly believe, you're not trying to believe. I know a lot of times we get to somebody that does believe because you want what they have, but you don't quite have it. When you get to that, it really lowers a lot of your anxiety. I see people nervous about this, nervous about that. When you're there, if you get the belief, that goes away because you know the outcome is this is unbelievable. It's only going to get better. And it's a beautiful thing. And it's open for everyone, you know, everyone. We talk about leaders, we talk about this person, that person. And I can't emphasize enough, there's enough room for everyone. I'm me, you're you, Red's Red, Chris is Chris. You don't need to be either one of us, for sure. But I see more and more people coming up, like the doctor yesterday. She was definitely a sharp lady. I mean, no doubt about it. She was rattling stuff off like she really did her homework here and here. But the same for you. I mean, you know, I see people that get in a panic. I can tell by the writing. Just an email, you can read the email and you can tell if it's panic mode. And there's no reason to. We're in something that we all can only dream of. And take the time, learn what you can. I think if you focus on helping others, focus on what you want. Start looking at what is it why are you here? Yeah, I know it's the money, I know it's all that, but in the meantime, what does it take to get you to financial freedom? Or you're not thinking about the money. I want to get in Onpassive, get it moving to where money is not a thought. I don't want it to be a thought because I have too much. I don't want it to be a thought because I don't have enough. If I can eliminate that from my life and live, and I want something, I need it, I get it. Somebody is having trouble and I can help them. I want to be able to help them. Same with family, friends, someone across the street, somebody down the road. To me, that's Onpassive to me. I've got a whole family in Papua New Guinea. We've got people around the world. And, we had this, we had that, the disaster down in Florida. Somebody calls you, they're having a problem. I want to be able to go, here you go, push a button. And if money can take away that weight from them, whatever it is, fantastic. I want to leverage money. I want to leverage it to make things better. right? None of us can take it with us. So I think that's a great thing. But on top of all that, what did we form? We've got a bunch of people here that we built a family. I wouldn't have known any of you if it wasn't for Onpassive. Now, I met Red before, but it all had to do with internet. And if you see O Connect and you realize that we're part of that, and you see, like I was telling people, you can build a huge team or family or team, whatever you want to call it, without marketing. Absolutely. Take that out of the equation. We're not marketers. Don't think about marketing. Think about sharing something that's pretty cool. You'll be surprised what will happen. And you're going to see it happen as an example. So you can say, okay, I saw what he did. I can do that. Because everybody here doesn't hide anything. In the regular world, I would not walk around and tell people what I did. Well, I'm not supposed to. Why? Because it's survival, right? 2% are going to make it. I can't afford to give it to the other 98. I can't, because the competition is me. The only competition we have is us. How far do you want to go? Oh, I want to go to there. The only thing holding you back is you. It's there. So take the time, get people that can help you and push you and guide you in the right direction, and they will. I know a lot of people say Marty doesn't answer anything. Listen, if you want to communicate with me, send me an email. It's the easiest way. I've got instant messages all over the place. I can't, listen, when you get the info that we're getting and people asking you questions, the only way to follow up is I can't go running around to see what instant message it was. No way. But an email, I have it, I have record of it, so I can go back and click and answer what was said. But anyway, don't know if Ash is coming on. I know I did text him, see if he had any updates for us to say here. He said he's overwhelmed with stuff going on right now. It's part of the business. But while he's doing that, we're moving forward. So thanks for everything. That's all I have. Chris?
Hey, Red, go ahead. I got one more thing to say. Red, you go ahead first, brother.
No, I'm fine, mate. You crack on.
All right. I like every once in a while, someone sends me something that I love. And today that person is Elsie Patch, not just because she's from Michigan, but she sent me a really cool story that I've known for years and maybe you haven't, and I can relate it to Onpassive. So Elsie, thank you. I'll read it. It's about geese. You guys all know geese birds fly south for the winter, and then back in Michigan, when winter's coming, when summer's coming, because they're either flying north or they're south. But she wrote this really cool thing. As each goose flaps its wings, it creates an uplift for the birds that follow by flying in a V formation. The whole flock had 71% greater flying range than if each flew alone. Now, the lesson in this from these birds who don't go to school, who were never educated in aerodynamics, flight, NASA didn't say, come here, goose, I got to teach you something. That's me being silly, right? So you can laugh a little bit. Here's the lesson in that. And this is Onpassive. People who share a common direction and sense of community can get where they are going quicker and easier because they are traveling on the same thrust of one another. In other words, birds, not just geese, have learned how to make things go straighter, faster, better. Now, 71% of as they're flapping those wings, they're helping each other go up. All right. We've got 100% of Onpassive founders, and every one of you are flapping those wings, and we're bringing each other up. So basically, we're carrying each other for the good of the company, for the good of ourselves. And I had to learn that from birds. What does that tell you? All right. That's just my thought, that if you look around, all these individuals in Onpassive, you could learn something from each one of them, to be honest with you. When you go to a webinar, pay attention once in a while. Once in a while, there's someone that comes on there that just will ring your bell, like Dr. Drake last night. She did ring my bell. Please go watch that. It could be anyone's YouTube channel. I don't care, but I guarantee you'll get a real kick out of it. But just remember those birds. All they're trying to do is get from point A to point B. Ash Mafara, his wings, started flying, leading us in that V. Now we're all behind him flying. That's 71% when the passive probably just went up to 150%, if that's possible. All right, that's all of us together doing this together. None of us could have done this on our own. All right, not one of us could have done this on our own. If I was doing it on my own, who's going to correct me, right? If I say something wrong, not me. I'm going to expect someone to correct me if I say something wrong. And like I said, that happens. But Onpassive is nothing but a family. Keep it a family. Keep it safe. And yes, families do argue. Me, Red, and Marty, we're duking it out all the time. I mean, it's a riot fest every Wednesday. What are we going to talk about? What do we want to talk about? We just want to uplift every one of you guys. We want to let you know that Onpassive's that front bird right now. And we're all behind it. And let's just keep flying, because the more we fly, the higher we get, and we're going to be unstoppable. Marty, Red, I'm all set. Thank you very much. Oh, you want me to announce the shows tonight?
Go for
Winners.
Sure.
And I always forget this, but correct me, at 4 o'clock, I think, what's today? Wednesday. I think Comfort and Lynn, I'm not sure, or Patience, I can't remember, got a show at 4 o'clock. I might have messed that one up, but for sure 9 o'clock is the old winners, where you're going to have most of us were invited to talk a little bit at the old winners show. I think it'll be fun. I'm not much of a talker, but it'll be a lot of fun. So that's going to be put in the back office, and let's go enjoy that. All right. Now I'm really done. Woo, talk too much again. And I really had nothing to say.
I know every single
Every
week.
week.
The only time you
believe
haven't
it.
talked very much is when you were in hospital and we didn't do it.
And we don't even know if he didn't talk a lot then too.
Well, he
So-
probably, yeah, even when he was under an anesthetic, he was still talking.
And by the way, you make fun of Red for end of the day and something. You got a catchphrase too.
What is
What
it?
is it? I.
Oh yeah, I'm terrible. I'm trying to break myself of that habit. It's like people say okay or right. Me, I say I'm thinking. That means, oh, what do I say next? That gives me 32 seconds of thinking. All right, yeah, we'll figure that one out. I don't even hear myself doing it, but I'm trying to break it. I really am. At the end of the day, and what does Marty say, Red? Let me tell you why. Just like that. Let me tell you why. And then he breaks down the history of the world. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What
And
is
here's
that?
And
Okay,
here's
what
another
is-
thing. And here's another thing.
And here's another thing.
Here we go. Here we go.
And by the way, here's another thing. We're leaving. Thank you, everybody. It was a great 360. We don't have to
Goodbye.
plan it. We know what to say. It's in our heart. Love you all. See you next week. If Ash comes on, we will post it as soon as we know. But things are cooking. They're cooking with
Freeze.
grease. There we go. All right. I'll see you guys. Bye.
Bye.